Let's crochet a sleeve while I tell you about Arizona's stage 5 clinger.
God, don't ever leave me.
Ever.
Good. Because I'd find you.
Let's start with Travis Alexander. Travis Alexander is a devout Mormon. He's good looking, he's social, he's extroverted and well liked, and he draws people in. And unfortunately, he drew Jodi Arias in. Jodi was quieter, non Mormon. She's a little guarded, but she's sweet and kind, and her and Travis are smitten pretty quickly. But Jodi gets really intense really quickly. You ever meet people like that where you feel like something's off about them and then they're just like a little too much, a little too soon? That's Jodi. Jodi, within 2-3 months, is talking about how she's going to marry Travis, saying that Travis needs to commit to her, and because she lives in California and Travis lives in Arizona, he needs to move her to Arizona with him.
Psycho talk.
What?
So as smitten as they were, Travis and Jodi's relationship is very much off and on again, constantly. And when they're off, at one point Travis starts seeing another woman, and Jodi, apparently every time actually that he would start seeing another woman, Jodi would start adding them on social media and trying to befriend them and still trying to interject herself into Travis's life every time. At one point, things get a little serious with another woman. One day they're at Travis's house. They just happen to look over, and she's just standing in Travis's kitchen watching them. Remember, she lives a state away, and she's in his kitchen. Madness.
And hold. What was your mistake? You didn't check the armoire. Tammy once camped out in my attic for 6 days awaiting my arrival. She survived on rats and rainwater.
At another point, he's at this girlfriend's house and Jodi slashes his tires. Like, Jodi is just all up in Travis's business, and really anybody at that level, people should be very concerned with. The main reason why they're off and on so much is secretly Travis had been going against his faith and having premarital sex with Jodi, and this was causing him a lot of guilt. So he's pushing her away emotionally when physically he's like addicted to this woman. The irony is, the more that Travis sleeps with Jodi, the more he begins to notice that Jodi could never be his wife because of the corruption she's already brought into him. And the weird thing is, as Travis is starting to see the incapability of this relationship and starting to see that he's stuck in a toxic cycle, Jodi is seeing it, like seeing all this chaos as being meant to be. She's reading all the writing on the walls in a whole delusional different way.
I'm looking all over for you. I gotta get out of here pronto. I got a stage 5 clinger.
So eventually, Travis does put his foot down. He's done with her. He wants nothing to do with her. And that's when Jodi goes full Jodi to a point nobody has ever seen. Jodi is supposed to be driving over to Utah, and she's expected to get there on June 3rd. She journals, she documents all her stops, and which is really weird. Honestly, I don't even think she's journaling for growth and to reminisce. It almost seems like she journals because she just really wants to hear herself talk if nobody's around to listen to her talk. She's very full of herself. However, Jodi arrives to Utah a day late. She has some cuts on her fingers and some band-aids on her fingers, and everybody's a little confused. And the reason why she's in Utah is because her and Travis's mutual friends actually set her up with another man named Ryan, and Jodi ends up hooking up with Ryan that night. However, on June 9th, Travis is actually supposed to jump on a conference call, and then the next day he's supposed to fly out to Cancun with another woman, not Jodi. And this seems to be a big tip of the iceberg for Jodi also, him being done with her and her not going to the beach with him. But June 9th, Travis never gets on the conference call, and it's so unlike him. His friends go to his apartment, and when they talk to his roommate's like, oh no, he left for Cancun. But one of the friends that's there to check on Travis is supposed to be boarding the flight with him also. It's a big group trip. So she tells the roommate, no, we don't leave until tomorrow. He should be here. And when they open up the bedroom, they find Travis dead in his shower, and it's a horrific scene. Travis has been stabbed 27 times, shot in the head, and has ear to ear. While detectives are investigating the scene, they actually find a camera thrown in the washer, which is clearly an attempt to erase everything. On this camera are nude photos of Travis and Jodi with timestamps of June 3rd and June 4th. These photos take a dark turn because after all these like nude little love scenes and everything, you see like accidental pictures, and then you see Travis dead in the shower. So Jodi gets questioned. Eventually, she's arrested, and that's when she becomes this big sensation. She's this beautiful girl. People don't understand how a woman that beautiful can do it. Men love her. I would never understand people who lust after murderers. I don't get it, male or female. Y'all are fucking weird. Get some help. And then there's the footage of her, in the interview room where she's doing headstands, she's doing yoga, she's singing. Like, I think this woman really thought she was so convincing and just like this femme fatale that she was going to get away with anything and everything. Then you start to learn that Jodi just likes to lie a lot. Jodi's been lying her whole life and making up these elaborate stories, which is also terrifying because nobody knows the real Jodi. However, luckily everybody saw through everything. She tries to make up these stories like that it was a home invasion and they killed Travis in front of her, yet she has no marks whatsoever. And you would think she'd be traumatized, but I don't know anybody who would be held captive and witness a murder, drive to another state the next day and hook up with a different guy. I don't know anybody who would do that, so that doesn't make sense. But to Jodi, it did. However, she does decide to go with the defense that Travis was abusing her and she did it in self-defense. But again, she went and hung out with friends and slept with another man the next night. Or actually, no, later that night, same night. And she had no marks whatsoever, no bruising. She wasn't like, oh, don't hurt me. There was nothing like that, so Jodi's a liar. She was found guilty of first-degree murder. She did not get the death penalty. She did get life in prison with no parole. And to add insult to injury, when her sentencing is read out loud, she turns to Travis's friends and family and tells them he was still alive when I slit his throat. Like, girl, at that point, I feel like that should have gone on the record, and then the judge should have been like, overruled, death to Jodi, because the audacity, Harry Potter and the audacity of this bitch.